Welcome to the Crazy Cool Family Podcast with Don and Suzanne Manning. Parents, what if we could give you the power to transform your family into something absolutely amazing?
A family where everyone is healthy, gets along, loves Jesus, and has great purpose in life.
Hey, let us flip your thinking to unlock the power God has given you to create your own Crazy Cool family.
Hello, all you crazy cool families. I want to talk to you this week. I'm flying solo. Don's going to talk to you too about another topic, but I'm going to talk to you about this whole new idea that's been thrust on us called home learning. Back in the day, I am homeschooled, which is different because I taught school from my home. But I love the new terminology home learning because what's happening is that our children are being taught from somebody else, but it's at home. And so I like the idea of it, but I just wanted to encourage you and maybe even give you some ideas on how to make it successful, pulling from my experience as a homeschooler. But as I look over my life, I realize that the last couple years has been the first time in my life of having children for 30 years that I either didn't have a baby at home or that I wasn't homeschooling. This last couple of years, Maddox and McCade have been in school and I haven't been working and I haven't had anybody at home. And oh my goodness, mamas, those of you that send your kids to school every day, I get it. That time home, very, very fabulous, very wonderful, especially for an introvert like me. I absolutely have loved that time. And so I can see, moms, if you've been into the routine where you pack your kids up and you send them off and you've got some space for your thoughts to be completed before a child interrupts them, and now it's completely changed, I just want you to know I feel it. I feel the contrast. I feel the pain of it. I feel it for you. And so I just want to encourage you in this season of home learning how you can make the best of it, because it is what it is, and we can whine and complain and we can be unhappy, but if we can't do anything about it, then we might as well change our attitude. That's what I tell my kids all the time. If you can't do anything about it, then you might as well enjoy it. What does it make? Lemonade out of lemons. And so I just want to encourage you that you can do this. We can do this. But I know where you stand. Like I've heard moms say, even just with this situation that's happened right now, I'm not a teacher. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. My kids are better with the teacher than they are for me. And I've even, as a teacher standpoint, I've even seen kids be better and nicer and more respectful to me than they have been to their own parents. And so I get it. But for this time in history right now, spring 2020, we are choosing to protect others by staying at home. And so here's some ways that you can make this happen successfully in your home. So to start off with, mamas and daddies, you have got to fill yourself up. You have got to start your day with prayer, scripture, exercise, coffee. What do you need to fill yourself up? What do you need that's going to build you up so that you can pour out and give all day long? Please take time to do that. Even if it's to wake up a little early or to send your kids outside for the first few minutes of the day, just take care of yourself. I cannot stress that enough. If you take care of your healthiest, best self is going to be the healthiest, best self that you present to your children into your home learning environment. And so please take care of yourself. Another thing to do is to make a list, a general plan for the day, because here's the deal. You won't go anywhere if you don't have a direction. And so either do that at night before you go to bed, like, okay, this is what we're going to do tomorrow, or at the end of your fill-up time in the morning, this is what we're going to do today. I was just talking to Maddox and I said, hey, I'm going to go do a podcast really quick, so don't interrupt me. And he goes, well, what are you going to talk about? And I said, I'm going to talk about home learning. And he goes, oh, great. Maybe I'll listen to it. I need some tips. And I started laughing and I said, okay, well, the first thing I'm going to say is to spend time with God and make a to-do list. And he goes, Don, I already did that. And I said, you want to come down and do the podcast? And he's like, no. So anyway, fill yourself up and then make a plan. And then the next thing is, I just want to give you permission that your house is going to be a little bit of a mess. It's not going to be neat and tidy. You're going to kill yourself if you want to keep it like you've always kept it when they were away at school all day. Because haven't you found that the more people that you have in the house, the bigger a mess it gets? Each of the people time each of their stuff creates a bigger and bigger mess. And just give yourself permission to know that your house is being lived in. And know that you will be exhausted. Hear me, mamas? You probably are. Tears are probably forming in your eyes right now, and you're thinking, I am exhausted. So here's the deal. If you do not empower and equip and invite your children in to help you, then you are going to be exhausted. And so they need that. They need the life skills. They need to know how to dust and wipe down the bathroom and do the laundry and unload the dishwasher. They need to learn all of those things. And now is the perfect time. I don't care how old they are. We have a free resource on our website, crazycoolfamily.com, that kind of breaks down how old they are to do the different tasks. But you know your children. You know what they're capable of. And they're way more capable of things than we think they are. And so I just encourage you to invite them in. And so how to do that super practically, make a chore list and assign each of those chores out to somebody. Have a container of cleaning wipes in the bathroom and take a minute to wipe it down, or have a child to do it. Every day, one child needs to wipe down the bathroom. Every day, maybe if that's your area where you don't want anybody to touch that, then you do that. Every day, once a day, go in there, go to the bathroom and take just a minute to wipe it down. If you'll clean along the way, if you'll straighten along the way, then it's not this big giant project that has to be done. But know that it's going to be a mess, and it's okay. If you're the kind of person, say, I don't like chaos everywhere. When my atmosphere, my environment feels chaotic, then I feel chaotic. Then I had no toy zones, like we had an upstairs, downstairs. So no toys were downstairs. That helped me. But if you don't have that, then you just pick a zone. Your bedroom is no toy zone. Nobody can bring their stuff into your room. It's your safe place. It's your sanctuary. And so just looking out for yourself, create some of those boundaries. Okay, another thing to do that we found when we were homeschooling, which was very powerful, is to devote a specific time for home learning. That if you plan on giving your full attention to your children during that time frame, then they're going to get that done. If you plan on doing several other things while you're doing homeschooled, everyone's going to be frustrated. And trust me, I've done this before. I'll get them, we're all at the kitchen table and I'll get them started on something, and then I'll go unload the dishwasher, or I'll go put a load of laundry in the washing machine. But the problem with that is that for me, I would then get distracted and I would think, oh, well, I need to start dinner, or, oh, this is in the laundry room and I need to take this to the bedroom, and then the bedroom, oh, I need to go ahead and make the bed, and then I need to wipe down the bathroom. And the next thing you know, it's been 30, 45 minutes and the kids are in the backyard playing. They're like, oh, mom's gone, we're out here. And so then I have to fight them to get them back in and to start it over again. And so I just encourage you that when you will gather them and you will intentionally spend time with just them, and it's hard. It is so hard to sit there and watch them write or have them read. And it's like, you're thinking there's 1,000 other things that I can do. But just know that when we give our full attention, when our full attention is focused on one thing, the one thing gets done more efficiently. And then that leaves time for other things. And so just have a specific time set aside that you're going to create the atmosphere of home learning, and you're going to take the time and you're going to home learn. And when that time is over and that time is finished, then you can go do all your other things. It's hard, Mama. It's hard. You've got so many roles, but just put on the teacher hat and put the housekeeper, the cook, the laundress, put that role aside and just be teacher for a little while. Think about it. When you send your kids to school, that's what they do. They go and the teacher is fully devoted to taking care of them. And so that's the role that's now been added to your list of many roles. And I'm so sorry, and you're going to do great. Okay, so know that when your child gets frustrated with the schoolwork, or when you get frustrated with the schoolwork, maybe how long it's taking, or they have a bad attitude, or they don't want to, or it's too hard, or just take a break. Have them go run outside, or it's been raining like crazy here in our area. So have them run laps around the house, or up and down the stairs, or eat a snack, or do a different school activity. Okay, let's not do this one right now. Let's do a different one. Let's take a break and read a book. just break the monotony of the routine of what it is that's happening right then. And parents, if I can just train you to see frustration as a red flag to take a break and have some fun. You're all in this together. You're all on top of each other. You're spending tons and tons of time together. And so sometimes the best break that you can take is to separate. Okay, I can tell that we're frustrated with school right now, or we're frustrated with what we're doing. So I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Everybody go be by yourselves for 15 minutes. And when you come back, they're going to come back with a better attitude. We did that all the time. We had time set aside where everybody had to. I'm an introvert, so that's probably why. If you're an extrovert mom, you're like, no, come on, hang out, kids, let's have fun. That's great. Then go outside and play with them. You go outside and do something too. Give yourself a break as well. The thing that I love the most about my homeschooling days, and it was actually the thing that I grieved the most when I put my kids into school, was the flexibility of our school schedule. So the beauty of home learning is that you're in charge of the schedule. And so take advantage of it and let it work for you. If your kids are better in the morning, then have them do all their schoolwork in the morning. We didn't even get dressed sometimes. We just rolled out of bed and did our schoolwork in our pajamas. And so if that works best for your kids, and most kids usually do have the most energy. I think that's why elementary school starts so early, because that's when kids are their best, is first thing in the morning. But our kids are different. I have a friend whose little girl hates the morning, and she just had till 10 o'clock, she just didn't even want to be around. And so didn't even want to be awake, didn't want anybody to be around her. And so that family is now that they're learning from home, they actually started homeschooling this year. They let their daughter wake up when she's ready and she starts her day. And it's a much pleasant, much more effective, efficient day. And then she gets so much more done in the afternoon. And so that might be your situation as well. You get the luxury of doing that. I love that. I love the flexibility of having our own schedule and getting to do what we want to do when we want to do it. And then right now with this whole situation, with being at home and everything else shut down, you don't have anything else to do. So you've got more than enough time. But it does help to get it over with first thing in the morning, because then it's not hanging over your head. But there is one rule that I would like to add that really benefited us, is that my kids I could not have screen time until their homework, their schoolwork was done. And this is what I would say to them, because they would bug me like crazy. I want to get on it. I just need to check this or do that. And I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. And this is what I would say. Your brain needs to grow and connect and get strong first before it is numbed out with entertainment and screens and stuff. And I said, so first we're going to feed your brain with information and knowledge. We're going to let it grow. And then if you want to take a break from all the learning, you can, and you can do screen time. And so that's how I would just kind of get them on the same page with me. Is not, we're doing what's best for your brain right now. We're doing exercises for your brain. And then your brain can relax and watch screens. So that's what we did. Okay, so another thing that I want to share with you is that give your kids incentive for getting their homework done, or getting their learning tasks done, or even their life skills done, their chores done. And that can be, the incentive can be like extra screen time, or a family game, or maybe a sweet treat. Sometimes parents see this as bribing their kids to behave, but guys, the school system does it. When my kids were in elementary school, they had a jar that the whole class worked toward filling up. Maybe it was cotton balls, or I can't remember, M&Ms or whatever. But when the jar got full, then they got to have a surprise party, a pizza party or a pajama party, or they got to have extra recess time. And so they were all working together to build this incentive. And so use that. When we are out in the work field, when we do a good job, we get a bonus. And so the world is wired and designed to use incentives as motivation. And you want to know why they do it? Because it works. The world uses incentives as motivation because it works. And so find out what it is that your child wants. What are your children? What's going to motivate them? What's going to be the thing that's going to make them want to get their home learning work done? And put that as a prize, and make sure that they either win the prize every day, or they get they get so close that they're going to win it the next day, because nobody wants to keep working on something that they can't ever get to, right? And then another way to use incentives other than stuff or activities is your words. You please use your words. As they're sitting there doing their work, you will feed them exactly what they need. This is where you have an advantage over even the school system, because you've got one teacher and 20, 25 kids, and it's you one on however many kids you have. And so you can feed them. Our words feed the soul. And so say, you are so smart. You're working so hard. I'm so proud of you. This is really hard and you did a good job. Make sure that you're always saying something to build them up, because here's the deal. The more that you feed their soul with your words on how they're doing, the more they're going to want to do it. The hungrier they're going to be for it. They're going to want to have that experience at the kitchen table doing schoolwork with you, because they know that they're going to get fed. And so I just encourage you to do that. And then here's my last point. And I know you've been told this probably about every single social media post ever. Enjoy the time. I know it's hard. It's way outside of our norm and outside of our routine, but I keep thinking, it's our kids' dream come true to have mom and dad home all day paying attention to them. It's their dream. I mean, Truett, my 1-year-old grandson, keeps walking from room to room saying, Mama, Dada, Mama, Dada. He's just so excited to have them both there all day. Here's the deal. Our kids are wired to want to be around us. They're wired to be loved and accepted and known by us. I remember when I was probably 4. I think I was 5. It was before kindergarten. I think it was preschool. And I remember thinking when my mom dropped me off, why? Like, why would you want to do that? Why would you drop me off? Why would you leave me here? I want to be around you. Don't you want to be around me? And so just know that God has designed your children to grow up with you, to be around you. He's handpicked you to be the biggest and best influence in their life. And he's right in the middle of this season right now. And so if you're struggling with this, you're struggling being home with them all day, then ask God to give you what you need to enjoy this special gift of time. And ask him to give you the perspective that your children have of this time as well. And to see life through your children's eyes that, wow, I get to be at home with mom and dad all day. I mean, how cool is this? You know, and all my siblings, they might not like the sibling part, but you're working on that, right? Siblings is best friends. So I just want to wrap it up with Ecclesiastes. I absolutely love Ecclesiastes. You know, Solomon, the richest, wisest man in the world, wrote Ecclesiastes, and most of it talks about meaningless. Life is meaningless. It's just useless. And but there is in Ecclesiastes 3, it says there's a time for everything, a season for every activity. There's even a whole song that's written about that, but it skips down a little bit to 12 and 13, and these are the verses I want to share with you. I know there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. And that's what I have for you. That's what our Crazy Cool Family prayer is for you, that you will find satisfaction. You will find satisfaction and joy in this season of home learning, because it is toil, but know that it is a gift from God. It is time. He's given us a gift of time for such a time as this to hang out with our little guys and be in that environment where we get to invest in them all day, every day. And so I just want to encourage you to go check out our free resources at crazycoolfamily.com and hang in there and know that we're praying for you. And then as times are crazy, then pray for others too, because that helps as well. We love you. Go be crazy. crazycoolfamily.com.